My beloved child, something very large is set to manifest this night. You aren't ready for it, but this mess will make you prepared. Child, you are approximately to experience my presence tonight, due to the fact I'm coming to you for a splendid purpose. Child, human beings are coming to your lifestyles that aren't mean in your suitable but best a hard lesson, child. These human beings does not only evil choice for you, but the energy they're carrying and could bring to your home is going to have an effect on you on a massive scale. I'm now not sending a feeling. I am no longer sending a image. I'm coming myself. And when I come, each room you input will shift. Each breath you are taking will sense exceptional. It's going to no longer be something you can explain in words. However, your soul will know, your spirit will take into account that this turned into the night I visited you, my baby. I'm now not coming to frighten you. I'm no longer coming to choose you. I am coming to call you with my presence, to evoke something everlasting inside you, and to shield you from what's to come. Back, there are two who will seem in your existence soon, and they're now not what they appear. Their voices will sound kind, their intentions will appear noble. You will even sense interested in parts of them, because there are fragments of mild in everybody I've made. But hear me virtually. They're now not dispatched to bless you. They are now not my vessels. They come to show, to reflect, and to refine. They are mirrors now, not messengers. Do not bind yourself to them. Do no longer invite them to a long way into your coronary heart. What they bring about, although unknown to them, isn't supposed in your dwelling area. They may be providers of confusion, no longer by way of malice, but with the aid of the unresolved wounds within, their personal spirits, and the power they convey. Yes, electricity, the unseen, modern they bring will press against your peace, will cloud your readability, and will stir what I've been calming. You need to no longer fear them, for I'm extra. However, you need to be wise. You ought to walk in the discernment I'm now supplying you with. This is why I come to you tonight, so you might not be shaken whilst they arrive. They will now not bring storms that rage out of doors, but diffused winds that stir inside. They will look like a test of your however, they're a check of your expertise. I have known as your two love all, sure, but I have now not referred to as your two. Yoke yourself with all. That is a time for distance without disdain, boundaries without bitterness, wisdom without pride. Defend your environment, toddler, guard your mind and your house. What I'm building within you is holy, and also you need to not allow it to be touched by using hands that are not consecrated. Now pay attention carefully, for there is extra in this night. As my presence processes, you can feel many things. You could feel weeping, a poor push, all at once. Allow it come, for I am cleaning the deep places. You may experience stillness, so heavy that you are forced to pause everything else. Pause. That is me. I am teaching you that my voice is not continually within the thunder. Often it's far in the whisper. I am teaching you to understand me now, not only within the first rate, however inside the silence that surrounds you. Even now you will dream tonight, and when you wake, do now not dismiss what you noticed. I'm able to talk in symbols and impressions. I can echo through the fabric of your dreams, truths that cannot be explained in language. Write them down, preserve them close. Go back to them inside the days to come. Back, for they're the blueprint of the season. Beforehand, there is something else. I am getting ready to elevate you, but not in the way the arena knows. Elevation. This isn't always for applause of a platform. That is for authority. I am giving you a voice that pierces the unseen, a presence that shifts rooms, a mantle that bears weight. However, you cannot deliver what I'm giving if you are still tangled in matters that were never intended to go with you. Launch what you have been clinging to in worry. Allow go of what you have stored out of comfort. I will no longer take without changing. I can no longer take away without restoring. You have been asking me approximately motive. You have asked me why matters, experience behind schedule, why the course appears hidden. However, motor was not located in doing by myself. It's far discovered in becoming. And I have been forming you in silence, in secret, and approaches. You probably did not even see every conflict, every loss, every ready hour has not been wasted. I have used all of it. You are becoming the very solution to prayers. You forgot you prayed tonight. My presence will shift the very shape of your inner world. You'll locate new power. Winter chains will wreck, not by using force, however, through presence. The matters that used to hassle you lose their grip. I am no longer simplest coming to visit. I'm coming to reside. If you open the door, I'm able to are available. I will make my home in you in deeper degree. This is not approximately faith, that is approximately dating about communion, approximately you walking with me in methods that go past overall performance beyond ritual into union. You must also put together your bodily area. Clean the room not for guests but for God. Light a candle now not as lifestyle but as symbol. Clean the muddle. Let your property replicate what you need your soul to be. Nonviolent equipped. Open. This subjects, the herbal and the religious, are intertwined. I come where I'm welcomed, not just in word but in ecosystem. You could feel resistance this night. The enemy knows what I am approximately to do. He's going to try to distract you, to deter you, to attract your interest to trivial matters. Flip it all off. Turn your cell phone off if in case you have to. Commit silence, be your sanctuary. This come across calls for reverence. It calls for stillness. It requires your show. Do not be amazed if tears come for no cause. Do no longer be surprised, in case your frame feels heavy, or if time appears too gradual. Those are symptoms of my presence. Drawing close to allow it show up. I'm now not our idea. I am the living God, and I am drawing near. You're tonight in ways your spirit has longed for, even if your thoughts did not recognize what it became yearning for. You aren't alone on this. I'm drawing others into this second as, well, scattered across the earth. Hearts like yours are hearing me talk even now. This is a part of a greater motion. I am stirring my remnant. I am awakening those who have felt forgotten, misplaced, and unseen. I am calling forth people who deliver my fire, folks that carry my perfume. The ones who've been hidden for a purpose and a season. However, no longer, for a while, time. You are part of that. You aren't random. You aren't past you. You are not behind. You are proper on time for what I'm doing. Tonight isn't always a pause. It is a divine turning point, a threshold, a crossing over this night. I will display the next step now, not the whole map, but sufficient mile for the route just in advance. Stroll in it. Do not put off, do not watch for confirmation from individuals who do not carry your calling. My word to you is enough. Now put together yourself, nevertheless, your coronary heart make room. I am coming, and you will realize it. You'll by no means be the equal. Let your soul say, show, permit your spirit upward thrust. I am the Lord, your God, and this is your moment. You have to hold watch now, not with suspicion or fear, but with holy attention. You have to begin to discern now, not best what you see, however, what you feel, what stirs in the unseen, what lingers inside the atmosphere, whilst others step into your space. I've designed you're not most effective with a mind. However, with a spirit that senses, perceives, and discerns, you should use that gift now. There are people coming near, and now not all of them are sent now. Not they all include my seal no longer. They all deserve get admission to what I'm constructing within you. Your life is holy, ground, and no longer everybody is meant to stroll upon it. In this season, I am refining your discernment now, not to isolate you, however, to maintain you now, not to make you tough, but to make you clever, no longer to motive worry, but to train you how to stay guarded by using grace. I poured a good deal into you. I have stirred waters for your soul, which can be intended to be still and deep now, not continuously rippled, by means of the careless footsteps of those who do now not value what I'm doing in you. You need to come to be intentional, child. Intentional together with your yes, intentional along with your presence intentional together with your time and your space. Do now not open your heart, as although it were common ground. Do no longer permit anybody to sit at the desk. I have prepared on your healing. A few will come with phrases that seem good. However, they are distractions. A few will include stories that sound sincere. However, there may be assignments from the enemy to empty, to divert, and to dilute what I have been cultivating in secret. This isn't always about rejecting people that is approximately protective your reason. There's a difference between love and get entry. 2. I've called you to freely, however, get right of entry to or to be guarded. You aren't obligated to entertain each presence that knocks at your door. You are not required to welcome what causes confusion on your spirit. Just because a person seems kind does now not imply they're sporting peace. Simply because someone appears supportive does no longer imply they sent to stay. Learn to check the fruit now, not just the words, not just the arrival. However, the fruit of the Spirit, do they carry peace? Do they draw you towards me? Do they align with the environment I have been cultivating to your soul? Many are drawn in your mind. However, now not all who are attracted to light love the light. A few are genuinely curious, others are looking for warmth without dedication, and still others, even though unaware, carry shadows that try to attach themselves to you. You must shield the oil I have placed internal of you. You ought to deal with. It is sacred. This isn't delight, it is stewardship. You aren't being harsh by guarding what I've given. You are being obedient. Watch the way you experience. After show people depart your space, do you sense lighter or do you experience weight down? Is your mind clean or is it tangled in show and unrest? Those are not simply emotions. They're signals I communicate via them. I display you what is of me and with isn't, by way of what stays in the air while someone exhales. Pay attention. That is a season of building, and now not anybody is a builder. A few are demolishers cloaked in compliments. A few are sirs of doubt dressed in encouragement. A few are just wanderers drifting without route, seeking out a place to land. But you, my toddler, aren't referred to as to be absolutely everyone's resting place. You are not called to be all people's answer. This is my process. You ought to discover ways to release the obligation of restoration, the ones I have not asked you to bring. Permit cross of the way that turned into never yours. I'm their God too. I will reach them in my manner, in my time. There may be a divine line being drawn around your life, now not to maintain you. Imprisoned, however, to maintain the holy. Blanketed. I'm sanctifying your area, your emotional space, your intellectual area, your physical area, even your digital area. Would you permit into your ears and eyes subjects, now more than ever? Would you allow, in your mind? Subjects would you entertain even for a moment? Vegetation seeds you can't manage to pay for, to be careless. You are too close to the fulfillment of what I have promised. You've cried for clarity. You have requested for more of me. That is the way it begins, with separation, with difference, with barriers, with intentional choices that feels deeply priced in the beginning, but deliver peace in the end. I will bless you for every no you say in obedience. I can strengthen you on every occasion. You walk far from what feels comfy but isn't always consecrated. You are becoming a carrier of something precious. My presence is resting on you in new methods. The weight of my glory isn't always something that can be mixed with the whole thing. No longer every courting can deal with the oil I'm putting for your lifestyles of. You cannot carry the burden of your calling. And whilst you feel them straining below it, this is your signal. Don't pressure them to stay. Do not reduce yourself to be more digestible. Allow folks who can't walk with you in the spirit stroll away in peace. Even now, I'm highlighting names to you. I am whispering impressions. You feel that pain, that subtle and ease. When human beings come to mind, this is me, that isn't your imagination. This is discernment. Do now not silence it. Do no longer disregard it as worry. It's for my safety cloaked in sensitivity. You have prayed for understanding, and I'm giving it. Now use it. There may be no room for passivity. The enemy does no longer knock with politeness. He regularly sneaks in via open doorways of informal connection and unchecked conversations. He enters via flattery through unresolved wounds via out of place loyalty. You must guard your gates, guard your coronary heart, for from it flows the wellspring of existence. Guard your peace because it is the sign of my nearness. If your peace begins to leak, examine who's close to do now. Not confuse compassion with permission. You can care for someone without giving them complete get entry to. You may concentrate without soaking up. You may serve without surrendering your sacred ground. Analyze the stability, for it will guard you. Even Jesus withdrew regularly. Even he did not entrust himself to everybody. And you, my child, aren't any distinctive. If my son walked with discernment, so need to you. I'm able to start to shift relationships around you. Some will fade quietly. Others will leave loudly. Some will continue to be. But the dynamic will change. Let it consider me. You are not dropping human beings. You're gaining readability. You aren't being deserted. You're being aligned those who are meant to walk with you, upward thrust to the level of your calling. However, people who are not will fall away with grace. Do now not chase what I'm doing away with. Do no longer attempt to restore what I am breaking down. A few connections have been seasonal. Others have been sent to bolster you for a moment, but they cannot cross in which I am taking you. Subsequent. You are getting into an area that calls for smooth hands and a clear coronary heart. Not best palms now, not ideal hearts, but sincere ones, surrendered ones, humble ones to be slow to talk and brief to study. Watch the patterns, not simply the guarantees. Watch the consistency, not simply the air of secrecy. Time well known shows what aim can't conceal. My spirit will bear witness interior of you. Learn how to consider that witness extra. Then you consider appearances. There could be moments when your soul aches from the weight of separation. In those moments, I will comfort you. I could be closer than ever. I'm able to fill the areas left behind by way of those who were not meant to live. I can pour oil into the injuries of detachment. I will show you that my presence is extra fulfilling than any companionship that costs. Your calling do now not be afraid to be misunderstood. You are not called to provide an explanation for every decision. Obedience frequently appears atypical to those who do now not listen with you. Listen, preserve strolling, preserve trusting. I am writing a telly to your lifestyles in order to only make sense in hindsight. Proper, now it calls for your religion extra than your information. The days in advance will deliver extra possibilities, more invitations, greater voices calling in your attention. No longer all of them are from me. Do not flow just because the door is open. Wait for my whisper. Do not respond just due to the fact the offer is flattering. Pay attention for my peace. I'm no longer in each open. I am now not in each loud voice. I'm inside the stillness and the readability within. The affirmation that aligns with what I've already positioned on your coronary heart. You know them while they're fruit now, not through how they communicate approximately me. However, with the aid of how they live, while no one is asking, by using how they deal with others, by way of how they reply whilst you say no. However, by way of will they stir in your surroundings? Do they bring about stillness or strife? Do they pull you toward your identity or distract you from it? I am teaching you to shield your area because I am making it holy. Your environment matters. Your circle subjects, your impacts count. You are being set aside not for isolation, but for elevation or for training, for purity, for reason. Do no longer mourn what's falling away. Have a good time. That I'm clearing the ground for something more. Even the silence, your sense is a part of my paintings inside the silence. I am isolating inside the quiet. I'm consecrating whilst the gang thins. My voice turns into clearer, and that I need you to hear me now. Not through the noise of opinion, not wire the fog of emotion, but through the sharpness of my spirit, reducing through each lie, each fear, each false connection. You are not being left in the back of, you're being pulled ahead. You are not being forgotten. You are being remembered by heaven. The angels assigned on your life are moving now, making ready the way, protective the course, enforcing the limits I have set. Up. Do no longer face up to what I'm doing. It's far too your good. You have requested for more of me. This is how greatest starts off. Evolved with much less off what isn't always, aligned with less noise, with much less muddle, with much less compromise. I can't fill what is already full. I cannot pour new wine into vintage wine skins. You ought to make room. This word isn't only for these days. It is for the coming weeks, the approaching months, even the coming years. You'll go back to it regularly. It's going to anchor you when your query, why show humans had to depart. It'll steady you while loneliness tries to whisper lies. It'll beef up you whilst you attempted to settle for companionship over calling. I am with you in every choice. I am the one who sees what you can't see. I recognize every cause. I hear every unspoken word. Trust me after I say, a person isn't always intended to enter your inner court. Not all who met that you're cured up to stew the secret. Some are nevertheless wounded, and even as I like them, I will no longer allow them to postpone your future. I'm able to heal them in my way, in my time, but you have to move forward. Maintain your gates. Guarded, hold your heart open to me. Love without attachment, serve without self, loss, connect without compromise, and primarily continue to be rooted in my presence. For I, the Lord, your God, I'm sanctifying you. I'm lifting you. I'm protective. What I have planted in you and what I shield, I additionally prosper. Remain with me. Mirror, stroll in, know how. Stand in peace and never once more forget about who you permit into your area. Your gift, strength, and your space belongs to me. I'm able to reside in it completely if you allow me. Amen.